She's misrepresenting the Republican Party. She's putting a bad light on everything here locally.
New developments after a state house candidate admits to showing off a phony college degree.
And discrimination concerns in Manatee County. We'll have that story coming up.
And an apparent murder-suicide in Sarasota, what we know about the victims. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC7 News at 11.
Good evening. Our top story tonight, accusations of discrimination against several Manatee County school administrators. Tonight, the president of the Manatee County NAACP stood in front of the Manatee County School Board, calling them out on both their hiring and firing practices. ABC7's Rick Adams joins us live outside the Manatee County School District headquarters with more on these allegations. Rick, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Jacqueline, there have been at least 5 of these allegations. There's hope it will be investigated. Rodney Jones was having his voice heard Tuesday night in front of the Manatee County School Board. The NAACP leader and others are pushing the school board to look into accusations of discrimination from at least 5 former and current employees in the school district against administrators, mainly in the Human Resources Department.
In hiring practices, promotional opportunities, you name it, even discipline. It appears that our white counterparts receive different discipline than black, especially administrators and teachers, different levels of discipline.
These allegations also include employees losing their jobs after filing complaints. Jones says this alleged discrimination has been going on for years, but now people are willing to come forward. One of those people coming forward is Wendell Faison. He tells us the board had banned him from all school facilities following an accusation from a student during an after-school program. He says he was never charged with anything and cleared of everything, but yet his ban still remains in place.
You need to, first of all, give somebody the information. Why are you doing it? Notify them why you're doing it, and then have some substance behind it of why you're doing it.
Members of the Manatee County School Board say these discrimination accusations are something they take very seriously.
We investigate everything. That's what we have multiple attorneys for. That's what the board is for. We'll make sure that it gets investigated thoroughly. And if it warrants action, we will definitely do it.
And the NAACP says they will bring these complaints to the state's Department of Education. Reporting live from Bradenton this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Jacqueline, back to you.
Rick, thank you. Also at tonight's Manatee County School Board meeting, concerned residents brought up the controversial radio tower on Prospect Road in Manatee County. People who live there say the county was building the 185-foot 911 emergency tower on county-owned land without informing them about it. Another big concern is an elementary school nearby, and that's what brought folks to Tuesday's school board meeting. Residents say that not only is it an eyesore, but there would be health concerns for students.
We're trying to get the school board members to engage the parents. Send them a flyer at minimum, contact the county commissioners showing their opposition, and just help the community relocate this tower to a more suitable location away from the children, the school, and our neighborhood.
Well, the county has been ordered to stop working on this tower for now. Manatee County officials will decide its fate at a later time. Now to a developing story regarding a political scandal right here on the Suncoast. Less than 24 hours after State House candidate Melissa Howard admitted to faking her college diploma, she has announced that she is dropping out of the race. Now her primary opponent, Tommy Gregory, will take the Republican seat in November's general election. The Republican Party of Sarasota says she did the right thing by withdrawing ahead of the primary.
It's going to save the community and the Republican Party a lot of heartache moving forward.
Howard is not out of the spotlight quite yet. Florida law states forging a college degree is a first-degree misdemeanor. A local Republican leader has contacted the state attorney's office requesting it to open an investigation. Well, Tampa Bay better get ready to feel the burn. Senator Bernie Sanders coming to Florida to campaign for Andrew Gillum on Friday. Gillum is the mayor of Tallahassee and is running for the Democratic nomination for governor of Florida. Sanders will go to Gillum's rally at 11 o'clock in the morning at Armature Works, and then they'll head to Orlando for another rally. Tickets are not required, but either rally you can RSVP for online. Well, let's check in now with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast and what you can expect tomorrow morning. Bob.
Jacqueline, a lot of people talking on social media about how nice it is tonight. Finally, we're getting back to more of a normal pattern with afternoon showers. Inland areas, a few made it to the coast, but the cool east to southeast wind has cooled things down. Our dew point temperature has really dropped, 72. That's normal. Our dew points have been running in the upper 70s as of late, and that makes it feel a lot nicer out there with a lower humidity, 84%. Everyone's reporting east to southeast winds, pretty light right now. We need a strong east wind really to blow a lot of the fish that's kind of piled up on these west-facing shorelines here in the bay to really move out that dead fish, and that's become a real big problem from the red tide. 4 mile an hour out of Bradenton, same in Longboat Key. Down south, similar conditions there, more of an easterly trend, anywhere from 3 to 8 miles an hour, really not much of a wind, but nonetheless it signals a change. A change is that high pressure is now slipping to the north of us, and you can see these showers near the Bahamas and southeast Florida. They're moving from the southeast to the northwest. That will be the general pattern, I think, over the upcoming days, but it's not going to be around for a long duration. It's going to get back to more of the westerly flow as early as Tuesday of next week. Some nighttime showers will be mainly to the north, I think, tonight. We had a few develop last night and the night before. I don't think we'll see that problem. Tomorrow looks good for drop-off and for pickup, really. There could be a few showers around the 3 o'clock hour, but generally the rain chances aren't all that great. We'll take a look at those rain chances for the rest of the week and into the weekend coming up in a few minutes. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. We'll talk to you soon. Sarasota entrepreneur Steve Seidensticker passed away today after battling cancer for several months. He was the founder of Tableside Restaurant Group, which includes local favorites like Libby's Cafe, Louis Modern, Muse at the Ringling, and Oak and Stone. He was also involved in multiple nonprofits, including Jewish Family and Children's Services. Seidensticker was 65 years old. A memorial fund has been set up in his honor, with contributions benefiting Miss Susie's Newtown Kitchen, the latest project that he had been working on. Well, Sarasota County Sheriff's detectives are investigating an apparent murder-suicide. It happened at a home on Crest Hammock Way in East Sarasota. That's in the Hammocks neighborhood. The sheriff's office says Richard and Sharon LaPrade are dead. Deputies were called yesterday afternoon after friends went to check on that couple after they never showed up to an event over the weekend. Although the medical examiner's office has not released a cause of death, deputies do believe it was a murder-suicide. Neighbors say they're shocked.
It's kind of shocked that it's an elderly couple, that just nice couple, that you think you live in a little nice community and just things happen. It's just a weird situation.
Detectives believe this was an isolated incident and there is no threat or danger to the public. A Charlotte County Sheriff's K-9 unit helped find a man who ran away during a traffic stop. K-9 Reno tracked down Jeremy Kimla hiding in bushes. Deputies say Kimla told them he would surrender if they called off the dog. That man is now facing several charges, including driving with a suspended license. Manatee County commissioners say they need help cleaning up all of the dead fish from red tide. The county does not have a marine fleet to remove those fish that are in smaller canals and waterways, nor can county crews go onto private property to haul dead sea life to the landfill. So today, commissioners met to discuss how to help private homeowners pick up the dead fish piling up in their backyards. Starting tomorrow, Manatee County will make roll-off dumpsters available at Bayfront Park on Anna Maria Island and at 3 county-owned boat ramps, Coquina North, Coquina South, and Kingfish boat ramps. Commissioners are also asking for help from local fishermen who are willing to help homeowners who need their canals cleared. Meanwhile, Charlotte County now in a local state of emergency because of the red tide outbreak there. County commissioners making that announcement today after getting approval from Governor Rick Scott. The declaration of emergency enables business owners in Charlotte County who have been economically impacted by the red tide outbreak to apply for disaster loans. Small business owners can qualify for up to $50,000 per business. Sarasota and Manatee County business owners also qualify for those disaster loans. Now, one thing different about red tide this time compared to the last big outbreak in 2005 is the growth of social media. It's harder now for those who try to market our area to tourists around the world. Drayton Saunders is a past board chairman of Visit Sarasota County. He says social media certainly amplifies events, which is a double-edged sword.
When it goes viral, it goes exponential, and so managing that message just isn't a local challenge. It's now an online international challenge, and so I think you look at the community's effort to make sure that the information we give is not just accurate, but out there on all the channels that people are looking at.
Visit Sarasota County says a recent survey found 3 in 4 hotels had cancellations due to ongoing red tide. And the city of Sarasota shutting down a public pool because of red tide. Lido Pool will be closed tomorrow and Thursday. City officials say the closure is necessary because of odor and poor air quality resulting from red tide. The city plans to reevaluate conditions on Thursday. Meanwhile, the Lido Pavilion and concessions stand will also be closed. And for all of our latest coverage on the red tide outbreak, head over to our website, mysuncoast.com/redtide. New at 11, the city of Venice is currently in the process of removing an old wooden structure near Venice Beach. The structure at Flamingo Ditch was installed in the mid-90s. It allowed stormwater to flow through a 5-foot wooden channel into the Gulf of Mexico, but it has since deteriorated beyond repair. In place of it, the Florida Department of Environmental Protection will now plant a sand dune, which will help with the natural flow of water in that area. Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with your first alert forecast. Plus, more than 300 Catholic priests accused of child abuse. Why a grand jury thinks more than 1,000 kids may have been affected. And how this 300-year-old piece of history was found in Florida waters. But before we go, take a look at these pictures sent into our newsroom today by some of our lucky Suncoast residents. Yep, that's a double rainbow right there. Thanks to our fellow ABC7 team for sending these photos in to us.
Mascara adds depth to the eyes. Lipstick gives the mouth color and definition. And ALS paralyzes the body.
You look great, Mom. Thank you.
Slowly taking away the ability to move and eventually breathe.
Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP is the largest locally owned CPAP supply company in the area. Is it time to replace your old equipment? The staff at Sarasota Oxygen and CPAP can show you the most up-to-date CPAP equipment and supplies to meet your sleep apnea needs, including portable travel devices and the SoClean automatic CPAP sanitizer. We serve all of Southwest Florida, giving the highest quality of care with the finest CPAP equipment. Please visit our website, sarasotacpap.com.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
What do you get when you cross your tired, aching back with this fragile egg? The Egg Sitter Cushion, an amazing new flex cushion that supports your backside and spine so well you can sit on an egg without breaking it. Incredible!
You want me to sit on this egg? Okay. Can't believe I'm doing this. I don't even feel it. It didn't even break? Oh, I was wondering about that. Now that's a good cushion.
The honeycomb design is constructed of Elasticor that absorbs pressure points by collapsing in on itself. That's why even this egg won't break under direct pressure. Now long days at the office will be more comfortable, dinner more enjoyable, and painful car rides a thing of the past. Get your Egg Sitter Support Cushion for just $39.99. It comes with a free non-slip washable cover and our 10-year comfort guarantee. But wait, call right now and you can get a second cushion. Just pay separate fee. Call now.
Call 1-800-232-1564. That's 1-800-232-1564. Call now or go to eggsitter.com. Order now.
According to a new survey by U.S. News and World Report, 3 of Alabama's top 4 hotels and resorts are part of the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail Resort Collection. The Grand Hotel Marriott Resort in Point Clear, the Battle House Renaissance Mobile Hotel and Spa, and the Renaissance Birmingham Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa. Hey, we didn't invent Southern hospitality, we just offer more of it. Visit rtjgolf.com/resorts to find out more.
Bob, well, we had a lot of people sending in all sorts of pictures today.
Yeah.
Double rainbows.
And a nice sunset, too. Double rainbow all the way. Absolutely. And it was pretty good. I even saw a little bit of it. We are looking at the nice sunset tonight. Not looking toward the west. Did we see the rainbow? You always usually look to the east as the sun's setting. Kind of refracts and reflects and bends the light waves and causes those rainbows to occur. And if it's really intense, it can make a double rainbow. And we had a little glimpse of the sun and a nice afterglow once the sun went below the horizon there. A nice shot from our ABC7 tower cam. And speaking of double rainbows all the way, Carol getting this one from Lakewood Ranch. The first one's always more vivid than the second one. And it's the reverse colors, too, that you see right there. That's what happens as it refracts the light. And you can see the high pressure ridge located now just to the west of us, but for the most part heading off to the north. And that is allowing us to see more of an easterly wind flow, which is bringing us slightly cooler temperatures here along the Sun Coast. Now, there are some showers offshore of Tampa Bay, and we're relatively clear here right now. We have a few clouds around. We did get a lot of heavy rainfall in some isolated areas, mainly east of I-75. This is the rainfall estimates over the past 12 hours there. And you can see as we kind of zero in near Northport, they had quite a bit of rain, at least parts of it near I-75, an inch. Punta Gorda, over an inch and a half there, and lesser amounts as you push northward throughout Sarasota County, but near Parrish and even Ellington had 1.4 inches of rain, not much to the west, although there were showers around, again, scattered about, not enough to really have any measurement or show up on the radar. Now, some drier air to the east of the state will eventually slip in on a high-pressure ridge building over the top of us. That high-pressure ridge at the surface and in the upper levels of the atmosphere will suppress our normal afternoon thunderstorm activity in terms of the coverage, but there'll still be a few around with an east to southeasterly wind flow. The morning looks to be okay and maybe a few showers off in the Gulf, but then as the sea breeze develops, we'll start to see showers popping up, scattered about, and then inland storms late in the afternoon. Some of those will try to work back toward the coast late tomorrow night. And then similar conditions again on looks like Thursday and Friday with afternoon showers and storms scattered about and pushing off toward the west. That's our typical summer pattern. We're going to stay in that, it looks like, through Sunday and then Monday, and then Tuesday we go back to that westerly flow, unfortunately. Speaking of the winds, they'll be out of the east-southeast, anywhere from 5 to 10 miles an hour. As I mentioned earlier, we need a big wind out of the east to really blow all the harmful impacts offshore as far as that red tide goes. There'll be a little sea breeze developing each and every afternoon, but not much. Temperatures currently in the 70s, although low 80s in Miami and in Key West. Currently, Arcadia at 78, Northport you're at 79, same in Bradenton now, and Sarasota at 79 degrees. And the heat index not a big factor right now. And again, it looks like our current conditions at the airport, we have clear skies, 77 degrees, a light east wind, and the high today warmed to 89, just 1 degree below the average. The low this morning was right at the average. So the forecast tomorrow, calling for a heat index still to get up to near 100 degrees in the afternoon. We'll see a slight chance for a few scattered showers. High temperatures generally right around 90. Well, it's still raining in parts of Pennsylvania and New York, but that's starting to lessen somewhat. Big storm over the central U.S. And as far as the watches go, as I mentioned, still some flooding possible there in smaller amounts over the Northeast. They've had a rough go as of late, and a high heat advisory out west in Nevada and parts of Northern California. Now the forecast for boaters looks like this tomorrow. Pretty light wind out there, 5 to 10 knots, starting out of the southeast, switching around to the southwest late in the day with that sea breeze. Rain chance at 40% for inland storms tomorrow. A slight chance for coastal showers in the afternoon. Same goes true for Thursday. That dry air moves in. For the weekend, looks to be pretty good. Just a few scattered afternoon showers and storms. Jacqueline?
All right, Bob, thank you. At least 1,000 children, possibly more, were molested by hundreds of Roman Catholic priests in the Pennsylvania diocese. That's according to a grand jury report released today. It also says church officials took steps to cover up the abuse. ABC's Donna Backus reports.
Pennsylvania officials releasing a landmark grand jury report identifying more than 1,000 victims and 300 predator priests who the report says molested children in 6 dioceses.
The time of telling these victims to keep their truth to themselves has ended.
The report also accusing dozens of church leaders of taking steps to cover up the abuse over a period of decades beginning in the mid-1950s.
Priests were raping little boys and girls, and the men of God who were responsible for them not only did nothing, they hid it all.
Pennsylvania's Attorney General releasing the report during an emotional news conference surrounded by tearful victims, some sharing their stories in a video.
I was groomed starting young.
They targeted me because I was fatherless.
In response to the report, Bishop David Zubik of the Pittsburgh Diocese apologizing to the victims. That diocese is one of the 6 named in the report.
I promise to meet with any victim to apologize to them in person and in the name of the church.
Saying the church continues to take significant steps to stop the pattern of abuse.
We learned from the past, and that's why we can never reach a point to say that we are doing enough.
There have only been charges filed against 2 clergymen. The other priest identified as abusers are either dead or will avoid arrest because the crimes are too old to prosecute. Danya Backus, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Happening in Florida, the state's Constitution Revision Commission facing a legal battle just months before the November ballot. The petition filed at the state Supreme Court today targets 6 of the 8 measures approved by the commission. The plaintiffs arguing that the commission is unfairly grouping together unrelated issues for people to vote on. Some Constitution Revision commissioners were against this to begin with.
By bundling different proposals together, what we have done is we have undermined the work that we have undertaken to make sure that each one of the ballot summaries is clear and fairly informs the voters.
For example, one of the measures asks voters to approve a ban on offshore oil drilling and a ban on vaping and the use of electronic cigarettes in workplaces. Another proposed amendment bundles term limits for school board members with civic literacy and charter school oversight. Well, many passengers flying out of Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport this morning were delayed multiple times after a computer outage at Spirit Airlines. A system-wide service outage meant that Spirit was unable to check in passengers or board flights at the airport. One traveler said everyone was stuck at check-in after the machines stopped working. She said she's been delayed multiple times since that outage.
This place was swarming with people, and then out of nowhere all the machines started going up, so everyone's running to a machine trying to check in. I finally was able to check in, went through security. I mean, the security line had no people in it since everyone was stuck out here.
The outage only lasted about an hour, but problems for passengers continue tonight. Airline officials advising travelers to check their flight status prior to arriving at the airport. Well, a pirate's cannon from a Spanish fleet brought to land yesterday near Fort Pierce. Take a look. It was recovered from a shipwreck that experts say was part of a sunken Spanish fleet. That fleet went down in a hurricane in 1715 while carrying treasure headed for Spain, which means that cannon had been sitting on the ocean floor for more than 3 centuries. The group that raised the cannon owns the rights to the shipwreck and says it might have been carrying silver coins.
Trying to put the clues together. It's a 300-plus-year-old mystery as to how the ship came apart and where it scattered. It was a tremendous hurricane, probably a Category 3 or Category 4. The Spanish estimated the seas at 20 to 25 feet. So when they hit the reefs, they literally exploded and scattered for miles.
Well, this is the first Spanish cannon found off the Fort Pierce coast in 30 years. Divers found it in only 20 feet of water. Well, sports is next, but first, here's what's coming up on Jimmy Kimmel.
Who's on Kimmel tonight?
I'm right here.
From Blackish, it's Tracy Ellis Ross.
I'm an actress.
Plus, the pimple popper herself, Dr. Sandra Lee.
What a beautiful, disgusting story that is.
And music from Churches. Emmy-nominated Kimmel, new tonight on ABC.
Thanks for...
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And That helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Totally Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
My California Closets experience has been wonderful. My mother's a huge inspiration. Before she passed away, she would say, you should do something special for yourself. First time I saw my closet, I immediately thought, this is the best thing I've ever done for myself. I call it my Tiffany style closet. I mean, I can shop in my own closet every day. I love that. My name is Cynthia, and this is my California Closets story.
If you think it's hot outside, just wait until you see even hotter savings inside. Only at Rugs As Art Hot Summer Savings Sale event will you find the lowest prices on a vast selection of stunning rugs, furniture accents, and accessories. This special event only happens once a year, so hurry in before the best selections are gone. The Hot Summer Savings event ends soon, so don't miss out on the best prices ever. Rugs As Art, Sarasota's only area rug superstore.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398. Or visit SoClean.com today.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors, and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Letting my friends online know I was quitting kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
I kept on trying, learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
We did it. You can too.
For free help, visit cdc.gov/tips.
Now, sports.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will honor former head coach Tony Dungy next month. Dungy will be inducted into the team's Ring of Honor during the Bucs' Monday night game against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He's credited with creating a winning culture in Tampa Bay, a franchise that had been a continuous loser. The Bucs went to the playoffs in 4 of his 6 seasons in Tampa, a city that later became his home.
My family, our kids have grown up here. We've gotten connected with the community. People ask me now what's my hometown, and even though I was born in Jackson, Michigan, my hometown is Tampa, and that's what you hope for. It's been very, very special, and the night of the 24th is going to put a cap on things.
Well, the Rays are in the Big Apple tonight, taking on the New York Yankees. The Yankees pulling the lead all night, but the Rays aren't going down without a fight. Bottom of the 3rd, and Jalen Beeks striking out Stanton, Hicks, Didi Gregorius, and he keeps on going. At the bottom of the 4th, Beeks strikes out Mikel Andujar, Greg Bird, and Gleyber Torres. Yankees took home the win, though, with 4-2 tonight for that one. Let's look at sports. We'll have tonight's winning lotto numbers straight ahead.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
According to Golf Digest, 2 of the nation's top golf resorts are on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, the Auburn Opelika Marriott at Grand National, and the Renaissance Ross Bridge Golf Resort and Spa in Birmingham. Plus, the Marriott at Grand National was recognized as Hotel of the Year by Marriott International. Experience luxury and world-class golf Southern style. Visit rtjgolf/resorts or call 800-949-4444 to book your trip to the trail.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight. Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
The Florida Lottery winning numbers are sponsored by Frontier Fios.
Take a look at this video taken by our ABC7 photographer, Sammy Chido. Fawns playing on a roundabout on Bee Ridge Road in Sarasota. You got to look kind of closely. There they are. Whoa. Now, don't worry, Sammy is a professional. She followed them as they chased each other around the roundabout. It looks like they went in a few circles, and she said no one was around either. So, looks like a fun little evening for those fawns. Pretty cute, though.
Yeah, I see them all the time, too. Yeah. Laurel Oak has a lot of them running around there, and also many other courses east of I-75
yeah, they're in my
as well.
Backyard too, sometimes.
I saw a nice picture on Facebook, too, of the fawns with their mother kind of moving around, so a lot of that. Saw some ducks and ducklings this morning, too, walking around.
Sometimes they're always precious. All right, thanks, Bob. We'll see you back here tomorrow evening. Have a great night.